Hello everyone, how are you today? So I'm normally talking about the things that we are doing or the things that I normally do. And today I'm actually going to change the topic a little bit because we are recruiting and we are looking for PhD candidates who wants to apply for 2024. So basically we have different opportunities at the department. I'm only going to talk about the ones that are involved. And I recommend you to check all of the possible PhDs that you have available because my colleagues have many interesting topics. Just to give you a little bit of a note about the deadlines, they have different deadlines. I will mention them once I start talking about the specific projects, but mainly the PhDs are supposed to start around October 2024. Nonetheless, if you want to apply for all of them, you should start thinking about applying by the end of January, more or less. We will see in a few minutes. And if you have any question, feel free to contact me. Okay? Good. Let's go to the PhD opportunities that we have on the informatics department. So, the first one is called Human Atmosphere and Mental Health Effects. And basically, it's one that I'm supervising. The second one is called Reliability and Verification of Software for Scientific and Medical Computing. And basically, this one is supervised as the first supervisor by Hannah Chuckler. So, in the first one, the urban atmosphere and mental health effects, what we are trying to do is to measure how the environment is affecting the mental health of people. So basically, we were taking matrices from the environment like temperature, traffic, noise, things that might stress people, and we are going to compare them not only with the vitals of people, that are the things that we were doing in the previous work that you can just find right here, but also with information about mental health agencies that has been collecting information about patients in the last few years. The main idea is to identify whether some specific areas are connected with mental health issues, how the environment is affecting people. You will be supporting monitoring something that is very relevant at the moment, and you will be supporting the NHS to scale up mental health, and you will be part of the CDT for digital twins in health, where you will also be able to learn during the first year a little bit more about how to apply digital twins for health context. The CDT has a proper funding of 4 years, if I remember properly, and if you want to apply, you have all of the information in the QR code for apply now. Feel free to ask any question. This one is completely funded, although you need to pass the CDT process. In terms of the supervisors, you have me as a first supervisor, Ji Jin, who works in the CAS London, which is actually working a lot in urbanistics and urbanistic effects, and Ji Jin will be giving us support in terms of urbanistic matrices. And finally, Mariana Pinto da Costa, who is going to give us a lot of background in terms of psychology. The second one is more related about coding, verification, machine learning, etc. And in this one, we are going to be focusing on static and dynamic analysis strategies for analyzing code, especially machine learning code. The main idea is to be able to test machine learning and programming languages in different ways, okay? And to be able to generate test cases for this context. You can imagine that the context is quite wide, so it gives you enough room for a PhD. And actually, if you are able to contribute in this area, it's likely that you will be contributing at the border of knowledge of testing machine learning. If you want to have a full description of the project, you have it in the left side. This project is funded by Hannah Chuckler, who is going to be the first supervisor. Karin Eben Mendoza is going to be the second supervisor, and I will be acting as the third supervisor. And if you want to apply, you can just go to the King's College application system and you can apply through the link that you have in the right side QR code. So now we are going to go to the scholarship opportunities. The scholarship deadline is the 20th of January and the CDT deadline is going to be the 23rd of January. Okay, so just keep it in mind, those are the deadlines, and it's important that you organize yourself if you want to apply for these opportunities. And in terms of a scholarship, we have proposed different projects. So basically what you have to do is to choose one of the projects, write a proposal on top of the project, and then apply for the scholarships. The college will consider your CV, will consider your background, and we decide on top of that whether they give you the scholarship or not, okay? And the projects that we have are the following. So we have another project that is about AI verification and validation of machine learning implementation, but this one is more focused on compilers and libraries. The second one that we have is about safety in robotics, finding problems with AI systems. So basically, we know that AI is not very safe, it's sometimes not very fair, so how this affects to robotics, okay? The next one is about co-improving generative AI systems. So basically, is how AI can help each other. And the last one is more about cybersecurity, more about detecting different problems in terms of cybersecurity testing, how to test libraries and systems in a very deep way. So for example, if you want to test a very complex library or very complex process of your operating system, okay? So let's go to the first one, co-improving generative AI systems. So this one is a collaboration with Karine Even Mendoza that I will be supervising as the first supervisor. And basically the idea is whole in the title. We are going to have AI systems that are going to be generating different things like images, music, etc. And we are going to have systems that will be able to measure the quality of what you are creating. So for example, for imaging, we can have visualization systems, captioning systems, or if you are generating text or software, you can have testing systems or evaluation of syntax systems that are going to support your generation process. The main goal is to find strategies that can support the training of AI in multiple directions. And actually, one of the most important directions that I have is to reduce the size of the models. So we can take a model that only fits in GPUs and we can fit it in a CPU. That will be a huge contribution from Green AI. If you want to apply, feel free to follow the specific link. Remember that this process will require you to apply for a scholarship. The second project is called Enhancing Safety in Robotics by Tackling Blind Spots and Bias in AI Models. And this project is going to be supervised by Gerard Canal, which is one of my colleagues, also a lecturer at King's College. So the main idea that we have with this project is to try to identify fairness issues in models that are used in robotics. So basically we want to see how these issues affect the robots, and we want to create matrices that can also first evaluate the effect and second support us to train and improve the models. For that, we will be creating different adversarial scenarios that we will be used to identify blind spots in the model, and mainly the adversarial scenarios are going to be focused on fairness or bias issues. Again, if you want a full description of the project, you have it in the left side, and if you want to apply, you can apply from the right side. The next one is ensuring trustworthy AI through verification and validation of machine learning implementations. And this one is supervised by Karine Even Mendoza. This one is based on the tool that I developed, Enlighten. What we are going to be doing is to identify potential bugs and vulnerabilities in low-level code that is used by machine learning libraries. These also include the interpreters of the language if we consider the instrumentation of them. Again, you have the full description in the left side and you can apply to the project in the right side. Finally, the last project, which is based on the previous work of Gen 5, is trying to identify vulnerabilities in complex systems or simulation systems. And this one is also led by Karine Even Mendoza. So what you will be able to do during this project is to identify vulnerabilities in the most complex pieces of software that are the ones that are running the system. We will be working on critical processes. We will be working using fuzzing, using different strategies in order to identify bugs that are critical for the system and can become vulnerabilities. And this will have a very strong component of coding and security. So again, if you want the full description, please go to the left side, and if you want to apply, feel free to just go to the right side code. So that's all. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you apply to one of these opportunities, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. If you want to see a little bit more about what I do, you have my Twitter and you have my videos of the YouTube channel. I put some links during this video just to make sure that you have the words that are connected with the PhD opportunities already accessible. Thank you very much and see you next year. Bye bye.